within the bank as well, and I don't think to try to back on off and not give all this money over, but they're getting pincered, right? This was always a doomed round from the offset. You've even got Hobbit still down towards this B bomb site ready to deal with the last man, but Inters is going to beat him to it. So lots of money made. Nice, clean rounds for Gambit as they go 3-0 up, and now we have the rifles coming through for Team Spirit. This is where they want to make an impression right away. You don't want to let Gambit keep building upon this momentum.
Yeah, it's a worry, right? We saw Gambit were not scared at all on the CT side versus Na'Vi to get aggressive, to play, you know, play in the face of Na'Vi in the CT side of overpass. We're talking pushing monster smokes. We're talking taking that mid. And so Spirit, yeah, eyes on them to have something on their mind out of the gate to maybe try and force some fights rather than let Gambit get all this map control. We see the deep mid molly, one towards B as well. Nafany will charge through. That short water control is taken for free. The molly is just a deterrent. Certainly could push with it as a CT, but not wanting to offer up kills. They could be chunky, and it is. Chopper eats them for breakfast, 2 to the face. Oh, and the boost is perfect. The lineup sprayed down by Axel, and they can just commit. Why wouldn't you? Mir drops the nade, but they're already up and past it, and Mir can't hit the shots. Axel is on one today.
What is happening?
Looking for the ace. He will lose Nafany, but the B site is empty.
Oh, what did Team Spirit even do here, right? They're hanging around, see if they can get anything to make it worthwhile, but I think they know that this is already shaping up to be a save. As we say, you know, you wanted to hit the ground running if you're Team Spirit. You wanted to find something in this first rifle round, but instead, Axel just lights them up from the boost. The nades are perfect. And as you say, he's having a lights-out performance to begin this game. He's 8-0 right now.
Oh my, where there's one, there's another. Inters was just cleared from the toilet, and now Hobbit, he's got kills to find as well. Think about how influential Inters was against Na'Vi, just coming up on these late lurks, these mid flanks, while Gambit were hitting B in that quarterfinal. The AWP, oh, Hobbit skated right by, but Young has the cover. Good turn as he sits behind the smoke. That could have been catastrophic for Spirit's economy. It's still not pretty. 2 guns saved as Gambit run away with the 4th, but better than nothing for Spirit. And yeah, they were so ruffled by that double nade on the barrels. They didn't know where to look, certainly not the boost. Nice little combo for Gambit, the 1-2 punch. And also it kind of plays into the fact that if you get double naded barrels, okay, yeah, well, you've hit, you know, taken a lot of damage, but they're not going to throw more nades, right? So why change your spot? Why move position? That's why.
Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of ideas come to fruition for Gambit, and they haven't been contested yet. Team Spirit back in with the reinvestment. Chopper on an MP9. AWP still in the hands of Dexter. Saved forward. Decides to peek mid late, and that means that Inters has already gotten up and past them. He's going to go back towards these A fakes. As you mentioned, he was so influential the other day. If you compare the impact that Inters was having on this T side with the A-lurk, and then compare that to what we were getting out of Boomich, right, when he was in that same role on the T side, it was just night and day, man. The difference was so apparent. You know, Na'Vi were always caught rotating at the wrong times, and it felt like Gambit were in their head. This is interesting. Spirit looking like they want to try and crunch Monster, try to get rid of the pressure here. And they deal with Axel. They put an end to his flawless streak. And now that they know that Gambit can bleed, maybe they're feeling a little more pumped up in this round. Dexter up in this A bomb site. Nafany is nearby. But he doesn't know that yet.
Oh, he's re-aggroing as well. His teammates should have the toiletcy spot to play going down B. There's still a lurk, though, that they might not be ready for. They grab that info, but surely at this point, Spirit know it's going to be a B play. They need to drop rotations pronto. That's a no-scope for Dexter, and it's going to be Gambit charging in, 2 men down. Young just trying to stall. He will die to Hobbit eventually as Chopper rather a monster. Young drops the bomb instead, and 20 seconds for Gambit to get something done, anything. They're begging for mercy as Dexter sits in heaven with the AWP as well. He is smoked off, but Hobbit getting a plant is not going to be realistic as Mir lines up 2 towards short. And Spirit, nice bit of aggression. It was about time, right? I think What's key there is the escape through connector. Young is down lower, but he hears Gambit get out mid. He knows they're in con. He knows they're in mid. He knows Dexter isn't supporting him, so he drops the smoke. He jumps out the door, and luckily Magix had already taken that short water position, so he's at least joined by a teammate into safe haven, and then that monster push to not only get the advantage early, but to send players back up on the A rotate that eventually gets them the info. It's back and forth and back again for Team Spirit, but at least they get on the board.
It's a very good timing. Now, there is a second man here that Mir is not made aware of. Nafany blindsides him, and this is where you were hoping a trade was going to be available. Young smoked off in the connector, allows Hobbit to push on up. While this is happening, Inters is still working some of his... and they start to stack up over here at B, but a boost employed down beneath Chopper. That's where Nafany is. He gets the spot, gets the kill, and puts it back in favor of Team Spirit. Still leaning over here towards B. Flashes are in, and Chopper is looking to get aggressive with them. Miss Molly, not ideal. They have a lot more room now at Monster, and Inters uses that to his full advantage on the entry. Even though the flashes are good at delaying the take from Gambit, they are still making a bit of headway over here towards B. Bomb's actually going up connector.
No way, Shiro. He's playing for the clutch. He's playing for the 1-on-3
16
right
points of health. It's a ballsy decision to have made.
They've fallen for it.
Yeah. Actually, wait a minute. They hear the footsteps now. They hear the running. They start to rotate up. Young is going to deal with both players down in B. And the nade might be good enough. There it is. Even though the bomb plant comes through, they play for the clutch on Shiro.
Through these tunnels, and once again, they're crunching the B site right now. It might be too little too late. Gambit could just commit into A, but at least Spirit know what's coming.
Yeah, you're going to see an early rotation out of Magix and Mir as a result of this information. So these players getting up into position ahead of time, that's something that could really give Team Spirit the upper hand here, as both players are given a nice berth to get up into this A-bomb site. Axile digs out Dexter. Magix burns alive from 100 to 0 in the Molotov on Dicebox. I don't know how that's just happened. Gambit, they've broken apart this 4-man stacked A-bomb site without even losing a point of health. Finally, the first man falls for Gambit, but it's Axile all the way down in connector. He's not even really getting to play into the round. So Mir tossed in an impossible, and with deaths like that, dying to a Molotov from 100, you are going to be feeling that pressure in a big way. Now down 0-7. Magix dropped again at the first hurdle, and with it, the entire B site given over to Gambit. It might just have to be another save immediately called for Team Spirit.
These great rounds out of Gambit. They've got the read on the game right now. Nafany, he gives a lot of credit to supporting cast, to Hobbit and Shiro especially, but man, whatever.
Magic's alone in B this time. 3 players here. Nafany is through short. Mir, head on a swivel, is quick to react, but there is Shiro with the trade, and now they're seeping in through Monster. Chopper desperately trying to step up here. He knows he's got to be the difference maker. The flashes start to rain over. No one's pressured him yet. Silence falls over here towards B. Dexter with the wide swing. There's another man nearby, and Chopper's going to cancel him out. It's Shiro left up in the clutch. We know this guy's clutches have been something else, so don't underestimate him, Team Spirit. Holding a monster. He does get past Chopper, that first line of defense. You don't want to give Shiro too many 1v1s here. He's somehow always good to capitalize on them, and he's just waiting right now. 30 seconds. There's enough of one another. You see Dexter, and while you try and chase that AWP down, Young has got his back. It's not going to be easy. Are they ready for this boost? Gambit giving it a look in, and Hobbit just domes him. Dexter out of the round, and now they suspect that there could be a second player here, right? Someone had to put Dexter up in that position, so they molly off the connector. Young is locked out of the round, and Chopper, having to rotate in quickly, is thrown out into the open. This is another save. Gambit, they're ending the rounds that they win within the first kill that they get, it feels like. You know, they get one, they're so quick to capitalize. They know that they're ahead of Team Spirit in that situation there. And so it's another round just written off for the Spirit boys.
Yeah, even though you can actually jump on that on that shelving, I guess, like without a boost, yeah, it seems pretty obvious to Gambit. Like someone holding an AWP there, there's no way he's not watching bottom con. Like there's no way he's leaving such an integral piece of the map just open and hoping he doesn't get walk cleared. So yeah, good read from Gambit. There's a second player there, and that Molotov just denies the A rotate. I was getting scared when I saw that setup because we think about the amount of rounds that Gambit just walked out long. Like it's how they started this game, just going up long on the anti-ecos, clearing the MTA site. And so Spirit...
But the molly is tagged Chopper low. This could give a kill over. And indeed it does. Short control now grabbed by Gambit, but they don't take it yet. Instead, they just take the 5-on-4. They're pretty content with that. And they keep Mir off the angle with these flashes. So he doesn't even really have information as to what's going on at short. And right away, you know, the immediate call to head back up towards this A site. And this is the problem with Gambit, right? As I say, constant pace changes out of them. You know, one round they'll get a kill and suddenly they explode into the bomb site. They get that kill at, and, you know, you're always caught mid-rotation. Other rounds, they'll get this kill and then the whole map just goes completely silent. And Spirit have no idea where Gambit can be right about now.
Yeah.
The entire map covered in the fog of war. For Team Spirit. They rotate up a third man into this A bomb site. All they've really got is to take a bit of a gamble in a situation like this. And with how it's shaping up, that gamble could pay off. 3 players in the right place at the right time. Dexter, we want him to deliver on this AWP. He's going to have to. If Spirit want to get this round in the bag, flashes out through long, leave Dexter blind. They get close, and there's that AWP in with the first, but a lot more bodies around this corner. Dexter, they're rushing him down, and everyone inside of A is just picked to the curb by Gambit. Magic's left up all alone in the 1v3. And not being given any room to play with. I think Shiro heard the footsteps there as well. Magic's emerging from the bank, does clear out the first man, but sitting at the truck idly by is Hobbit, ready and waiting to get this trade locked in. Magix has still managed to get pretty...
There's a heavy barrel setup. No molly for it. Dexter not blinded though behind the pillar, and he can pick up kills left, right, and center. Can't find the second, but Magic's trades, not used to that one. It's going to be Inters dropping the Molotov as well to force him out of position, and Sunday Young comes down connector, clearing Hobbit. Things are looking better for Spirit already. 2-on-4 for Gambit, though. Never count them out of rounds like this. They're going to reset and wait for aggression, wait for Spirit to give them something. But already peeling back towards A is Chopper, and Samdai Young isn't far from it.
Yeah, Shiro is still hanging around at B with the bomb, but he decides to go back and rejoin Inters over here at A. Gambit, they do have like 2v2s at either bomb site, right? So there is still a chance that this round gets out of hand. Samdai Young going up through the long toilets, and Shiro has seen him. Now Inters turns back to go and deal with this man in the toilet, and he's just waiting. He knows that this kill is going to come his way eventually. Samdai Young's about to get blindsided, and now this A bomb site, oh dear, the rotations are having to come through for Team Spirit. Chopper, one man against it all for the time being as they're moving up through CT, and he just wants to stay alive. He just wants to buy time. Smoke down at Dumpster. Inter's given a little more room to work with, but there's the swing onto Shiro, and with only 7 seconds left, Chopper navigates that one to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the big brains of CIS, right? This is a guy who's been around for years. He's made those major runs.
Yeah, and in reality, this B push is coming in. Nafari does not fare well once again, shut down on the short rush. And so it's down to just Shiro immediately in the 1v4 now as he nails that first shot. Often comes alive in the clutches, but a lot of angles to keep an eye on. Shiro, they are all around him. Look at that mini-map. It's one little red mark in a sea of blue. Shiro looking for any way out of this round. Flashes in. Then
kills, stopping those monster players from dying.
Oh, Mir with the spray. And now Magic's joining in as well, trying to pad his stats. The flashes go over, but Magic's knocks them all down. Now you're thinking about rotating players up, and that is exactly what Gambit wanted Team Spirit to do. The B play is where this is really hoping to end out, and Hobbit holding on to connector is only good for one. Magic's now realizes, but it's far too late. Orped by Shiro on the cross back into B, and Chopper, man, he's having to live up to his name, just flying around the map right now. Axile's already hidden in deep though. Chopper, will he clear the close angle? If he doesn't, he's a dead man. And then
the B holds strong. And that might be the right call after all. Mir's selling a bit of a fake down lower, up connector, they crawl, and Spirit, they're showing presence all over the map, but not making it clear where their destination lies. And it's contact. Gambit have gone back to long. They have no information right now. They only see Mir outside of B selling this fake. And this could be a nice sneaky little play into the A site for Spirit, right? The USPs are going to be dangerous, but there's only one of them here. Nafany's come back down. They're going to have to play retake here, being Gambit, as Spirit speed into A.
Oh, Axile sees them getting closer, but the flashes actually blind Young. Oh no, that flashbang has just ruined this pistol round. Axile dead. Well, not dead, rather, putting up kills. It's Mir desperately fighting for his life.
No clutches needed for Gambit. The scroll wheel for Axile. That is unfortunate. Flies to the sky, and Chopper puts him down a few, and now Spirit going to group. They've got the man advantage. They know that Gambit are going to split 2-2 in a position like this, and that's exactly what they've done. Hobbit is spotting towards Monster. He will have that information ahead of time, and there's no utility other than the smoke that Mir cannot throw due to his position. It's just going to have to be a barrage, a chase into B. Hobbit with a flash, and he might be able to mow them all down.
Oh, the flash, though, dodged by Dexter as the first man in. Magic's deking out another. A man down now, Gambit, looking for anything to spur them on into this retake, and they don't catch Chopper on the cross. The molly is going to tag him down. Does just about survive, and Shiro left in the clutch, but we know what this guy's like. Tagged on that first peak, and is that going to deter Shiro? He writes this round off. He gets the hell out of there. Might have all been doable if it weren't for Young tagging him down to 9 HP. Especially with that Molotov. So nearly killing Chopper. I think if that Molotov even went down half a second earlier, that is a very winnable round for Shiro. Out of the round, and Magic's is caught admiring the spam. Hobbit blindsides him on the short play, and Young knows he has to try and trade that out, so he will. At this point, Gambit is stacking heavy towards B, right? This is now the third player they've seen outside the B bomb site. It's not leaving much to the imagination.
I love that little jump from Young, right? If you stand in these tunnels on one edge of it and you jump, you're going to be like flung to the other side. People do it to clear Monster all the time. Oh, Chopper caught on short. And now this B play is more obvious than ever. Everyone is looking at the Monster position. Young double dinking with the SMG, and Dex has found another. They know the Shiro was on short, so they smoke him off and try and get this plant in, but not a lot of spots that can be covered from the short span and still not open to heaven. Axile is coming from that position, and he's dropped the bomb as well with another tag. Young is low, and Shiro's just waiting for his chance to go through the smoke.
And it can all come down to timings. Hobbit hits a favorable one on the swing, and even then sees players over at short. So once again, the alarm bells are ringing for Gambit, anticipating a B play, but this maybe gives Chopper that much more room to work his magic over here at long. Getting deep. Axile is considering the possibility that there could be a long player, right? No one's been keeping an eye on this side of the map, and so he's repositioned at the perfect timing to worry about this long corner. Chopper, if this came a few seconds earlier, he probably gets Axile there, but remaining patient, waiting for his team to get a little bit closer, proves to be his downfall.
Yeah, Hobbit thinks he has a good timing there, and the reason is how deep Chopper is, but Spirit is so late out mid at the 30-second mark. He was hoping to backstab. Instead, he sees them coming up, and now Inters notices them going down. 10 seconds to plant, almost insurmountable odds, and without the entry, there's no hope in hell here for Team.
Oh, in they go, like lambs to the slaughter. Inters ready and waiting to pad these stats up a little bit. Him and Hobbit just ready picture. Can he do his artwork here on the push up through short? Caught by Con, and the P90 never gets anything done. Shiro still here, holding this crossfire, and he absolutely dismantles the B play in with a third as well. And
flashes over, fast in they go, but that's actually after or before the flash, rather. Hopping in quad. Still blinded, still successful, and still time to find the third. He can't do it. Chopper doubles up and will be able to grab himself an AK. Can he plant in time? These rotates are taking exactly that. And Gambit know that Spirit could be deep as well, but Spirit are still scared of short. They're looking the wrong way. They don't know. They're so fearful of the connector, which has been played every round of this half. And in the one round it's not, Gambit creep into success.
Oh, yeah. Chopper cancelled out. Dexter trying to live up to the Shiro clutch minister on the other side. 1v2. Tucked in over here towards water. There's that first peek in. Shiro deleted. Axile not able to stand the test.
And now Sundayoung's going, yeah, that's why I didn't go on the boost. Look at me, finding an opener. And, well, it was worth it, but what would they do with it? When Gambit got B picks on the T side, they would be, you know, either rushing straight in off the back of that. You can't really do it with a nade like that. Or they'd be full resetting in grouping A, and that's seemingly what Spirit are doing with some of their players. Falling on the bench makes noise. Axel hears that, and he creeps through the smoke, but Chopper's watching it. It doesn't matter. Axel gets the kill. Chopper was blinded from Dexter down at B. Oh, we've seen that from time to time from Spirit, and it's not what they need. Back to B they go, but Gambit have not shuffled any rotates around, with mid being their domain still. Shiro's here with the AWP as well.
Yeah, it's scary, right? They actually just brought Shiro down from the A bomb site. So even though you killed Nafany here earlier on, there's still 3 stacked up in B for Gambit. Oh. Inters might fall at the first hurdle, but with Hobbit and Shiro here, you've still got capable hands left to try and maneuver this round. Hobbit got off the 1, and so Shiro, ooh, it's close. Dexter actually killing here, and the nade rains in from heaven. Axile onto 15. Oh, it's a... Yeah, quick into B. It's been a bit of a hit and miss strategy for them. They try to wrap Hobbit and they deal with him, but the spam is still coming in. Gambit, they're looking to take this one over the line right here, right now. Just Chopper left and up against the world. 1v3 down into short side. Axile removed, and now he's given a lot more room to play around with. Does have that bomb still on his back, and a 1v2 left to find. Nafany going aggressive in the monster tunnel. Does this give the kill over? Yes, it does. And now it's the 1v1. Shiro on the other side. Is this where he puts a game-winning clutch up on the tally? Or is the game set to trickle on? Shiro also aggressing in the monster tunnel. Chopper hasn't moved, hasn't skipped a beat. He's still worried about it. Shiro deep on the angle, but Chopper closes it out. 4 in the round.
Opportunity, perhaps. I don't want this game to get too close. It's one flash on Hobbit and another on Axel. They're going to try and aggress with these, I presume, through the monster tunnel. There it goes. And here come Gambit. Straight through the smoke. Sundayoung. Oh, the bullets just get churned up into their opponents. And even though the metal eats some of the punch.
And so they play it safe. This B play's coming in. The nades stack, looking to do damage, doesn't find anything. Pistols that Team Spirit are up against, and it's still a 3-on-3. Sundayoung is very, very low as well. The double push out through the water, luckily enough, gives you an in.
You are committed and you can get cleared from both sides. Shiro's got to pick one, and he's chosen long, rightly so. Flashes are up, and these T's start to move in very, very loud as well. Can Shiro realistically escape, or is he going to have to turn on a dime and get these 180s?
Shiro is really threading the needle with this position, right? You're bang on. Either he manages to elude capture from all these Team Spirit players that are closing in, or he gets blindsided. Nobody's checked the toilets instead. They're boosted up on long. Shiro, oh, he hears the drop down. Chopper is just offered up for free on a silver platter, and Shiro lives to tell the tale. They trade 1-for-1 down in B, but it's still to the advantage of Gambit, to the dismay of Team Spirit. And an early rotation into this B bomb site from Axile, leaving Shiro to anchor A alone. It's a 3-on-3 B play for Team Spirit. They sneak in, they get under the crosshair of Inters. He doesn't realize that they're in so deep. There he is with the trade at least. And now 2 down in water. Is this something that Team Spirit are ready for? Sundayoung gives that kill away, and it's all left on to Dexter to try to step up in the clutch. Very little